material, we're going to use something called sodium polyacrylate. Okay, so just as the nail varnish basically is made with polyacrylic acid or even just acrylic acid, which is, you know, a smaller molecule, basically a monomer of that acrylic polymer system, here we're going to use sodium polyacrylate. So this is also a polymer, but instead of just being polyacrylic acid, it has sodium attached to it. So this means that there probably is going to be some differences in behavior. So again, I have the 12 or 25 mils of water already pre-measured, and I'm going to add here 1 gram of this material, sodium polyacrylate, to the water, and we can see what happens. You can see in this study that sodium acrylate can't dissolve. In fact, it clumps up. And if I were to add another gram of material, it still doesn't dissolve very well. And it adds to further clumping. No matter how I mix this up with my spoon, very technical here, scientific apparatus, it's not dissolving. In fact, it's forming a very viscous material with the water. One could even consider that, for instance, like a gel type of material. And so all of a sudden it starts to set up and it's actually absorbing some of the water. So it just doesn't really flow like water. So I'm just rotating this about in real speed. And this would contrast, for instance, with the acrylic acid in water, which you can see the clear differences in fluidity. But here, this is a very viscous substance, and it's clearly gelling up. So this is one way to make gels, for instance, and this property of the sodium polyacrylate is actually what's used in diaper material to absorb a lot of moisture. So in this particular case, the sodium would give rise to ionic type of bonding. And so in this particular case, the differences here in this type of bonding would be ionic, or you could even consider maybe like a quote-unquote bridge, like a salt bridge kind of interaction. So this is very powerful, and this is obviously one of the most powerful intermolecular forces that you're learning about. This is the most powerful force that you're learning about in this chapter.